Hi, Keilah.
Hey Gretchen, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Forgot to do a camera check at work. Had to report that all the cameras were working. Sorry.
Okay.
That was like an hour ago. I was supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, ah, so what are you up
So,
to?
it's kind of a laid back day for me today.
Yeah.
I think I told you usually I work one weekend day. So I worked yesterday, but Saturdays is usually my day. So I went into the office a little bit, did some video meetings, and so now just kind of like recouping and getting ready for the rest of the week. My son starts school on Tuesday, so big middle schooler. So that will be good.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes. How are you doing? How was your Sunday so far?
Oh, doing good. Let's see what have I done today. A lot. Nothing. Hey, hey everybody. we went out. I got out of the Zoom call with Reese. Wasn't there with them. There's a lot of people in there today. Um, And then I was getting ready for this one, and then Dylan needed to reschedule, so try to take
Mhm.
care of that. And
Definitely.
besides that, oh, I had therapy today.
Therapy? Physical therapy or
Yeah,
other therapy?
no, no, my mental health therapy is on Sundays. It's at 11.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so I did my Zoom. I'm my telemed.
Now, does your therapist, do they live in,
She
like,
lives in Houston.
locally?
She lives in
Where?
Houston. In Houston, she's like an hour
Okay,
and a
how
half.
far is Houston from you?
An hour and a half,
Oh, okay.
if that. So not too far. But,
Yeah.
I strictly do the telemed because, I have I don't have a driver's license. Yes, I know I do car talk, guys. Okay, I don't wanna hear it. I don't have a driver's license, and I never wanna admit that when I'm on the road because 'cause I'm like, I can just see this cop, like, I visualize this in my head. This cop's right behind me going, "I'm watching you, and you're admitting everything right here."
Oh my gosh. Yeah, right?
Indigo Twin, I know that they're I told her you'd be emailing her. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. I'm really actually kind of excited. Well, first, I understand Dylan had to reschedule and kinda we have to work that out, but I'm looking forward to
Mhm.
that interview with him and just listening to more about him and his story. But I'm really obviously looking forward. I know Keela, you and I talked earlier about some of the other people coming on and wanting to
Yes.
share kind of different, I love what I love most about this community is we're so like engaging with each other that it's like people just um they've reached out to us, including Indigo
Yes.
Twin there, and said, "Hey, like, I wanna talk about this," or "Let's talk about that," and that's really great because a lot
And
of the
that's what we're here
ideas
for.
come from everyone else, yeah, in the chat and the viewers and stuff, so that's
Yeah,
awesome.
just so y'all know that, everybody in the chat, hey everybody, all the mods, hey Kathy,
Hey,
Sunrise
Kestrel.
Dawn, Blake's there, Kestrel, Indigo, everybody that's in here.
Mhm.
Hey Sophia, um, Aria, I hope you're feeling better, honey. Um, y'all give us the ideas. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, y'all paint this page. If it's like a
Yes.
canvas to me, so I look at it and it's like everybody adds to it. And we might all be broken, but we're broken pieces of a beautiful picture that we're painting.
Mhm.
And I just look at it like, hey, Anna Banana. I look at it at
Yeah.
the end like we're gonna be just a big, huge put together portrait, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and, each one of us brings something special to this group, this
Yes.
community, which is neat.
Yes.
Um, I mean, there's so many, like, just people that gotten to know and learn more about, and that's really neat, like, when we had Hamina on the,
And now she
a
has her
while
own
back.
channel.
She has her own channel now?
Yes, she does have her own channel.
What? I
Yes,
didn't know that, I'm
yes.
gonna have to check her out.
You've
Do you
been
know her
working.
channel? Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
gosh.
they'll post it. Oh, I'm sure they'll post it. I mean, will you post your channel? Are you in here? I don't know. Is she in here? Did I see her?
Or maybe
Oh
one of
gosh,
the mods can if
I'm
they
like
can
circling.
know.
Yeah, Kathy I'm sure she'll grab it. She's
Yeah.
fast, man.
Wow, that's
She's
great.
fast. She started
That is
her
great.
channel, and I watched her first 2 videos, and she is good at it. She's gonna be great.
That's awesome.
I'm so happy
Oh,
already to go home tomorrow. Yay.
oh, that's great. That is wonderful news.
Yes. We needed
Very,
that
very good.
this week. Whew, it's been a tough week, like a long week.
It has, and I was thinking about, you know, in Mental Health Matters, we wanna talk about a wide range of topics. I thought after this whole week, and I know Dylan wants to talk a little bit more about trauma and things, but after a full week of trauma, it's like
That's what I told my therapist
decompressing,
today.
you know?
She was like, "Are you doing yourself more harm than good?" I said, "No, actually, it helps me." Like, I mean, I know that sounds, but it is like Reese said last night, and she's right. Um, it's like a pop-up journal. And I went ahead, I mean, I went immediately and made merch for her store for that. I mean, pop-up journal, 'cause
Mhm,
that's exactly what it is. Like,
mhm,
I like it when we talk. I could talk it out way better than me having to sit here and think about when you have an ADHD brain that is everywhere and cannot focus, and I told you before, "Hey, Lori," just I'm not gonna hide it. I mean, I have not been on my ADHD meds in 3 weeks,
mhm.
and that is to make my heart get better. And I would rather
Yeah,
my heart get better and me have to learn new coping skills so I can do that for my brain. But I'm not there yet, and I know this. So, yeah, this is more this is better for me just to talk it out because I don't have to think about what I'm gonna write, and then my brain starts thinking faster than when my hand will go, and then or even typing, and I notice I miss,
right.
like, so many words, and I'm like, That's not what I meant to." Kathy Ann, she has to read between my lines because I will literally be just texting away, and I'm like and I hit send before I read it, and I'm like, "Oh god, I hope she gets it."
ADHD is something like so many other type of situations and conditions, if you wanna call it that, is like, yeah, if things are working right and you're have the right either medication or strategies, it's great. And also, I always say, hey, there's something out there in terms of lifestyle or job um, for most anyone. I know some people I know that they have they're adults with ADHD and they've found career paths that like totally fit them and what
Right there.
their how their mind works, how their energy level works, and that's awesome. I love that.
That right there.
Castro 42. ADHD makes journaling very hard to impossible with other issues like anxiety and depression.
Yep. Or
Um,
like CPTSD. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Popping on too quick there. Okay.
yep.
Yeah, see, indigo, that's right. That's exactly what happens to me right there, talking about
Brain
that.
goes faster than my hands 100%
Yeah,
of the time.
mine too, even
Right.
texting.
Mhm.
That's the truth. I have a bad I mean, if Kathy couldn't read between my lines, I don't wanna know what it would say because one of my iPhone will autocorrect, but my Android won't.
But I also think sometimes like like in particular, I want to give you feedback on this. I think you think that maybe you're not making sense or something is amiss. And then I'll read through your text and say, no, you're like, I could completely follow your line of thinking. And maybe that makes me, I don't know. No, I'm just
No,
saying.
but thank you. I
No,
don't
but
feel alone.
it's completely coherent. It follows a path. It's not all over the place like you may think it
Okay.
is. And there's like no missing pieces as far as I can tell. So I just want to give you that feedback because I think
Thank you.
sometimes we might, think that we're a little bit more disjointed or fragmented than we are.
Yeah, I do think that a lot, and I do say that a lot, I hope y'all can understand what I'm saying, because sometimes I know what it is in here. It's to get it out on paper or on text,
Mhm.
just even by verbal sometimes. It's just nearly impossible.
Kathy Ann, and then I want to read Indigo Twins above.
Oh, go
But
ahead.
Kathy Ann says it makes a lot more. It makes sense a lot more than she believes to me, even if it may not be how she wanted it worded. Sometimes that's true. I agree with that 100%, Kathy Ann. In terms of my
What did
experience so
indigo
far, Indigo Twin. I have to have a night ritual to drink tea before bed because my brain is always on. I've been trying to turn it lower or off so I can sleep. If you know how to turn your brain off, please share Indigo Twin because I sometimes have
Here's
difficulty
mine.
with myself
That
too
right
with
there
that.
is me. I have to sleep with my earbuds in, and I have to have something going, and it's usually my iPad, but
Mhm.
yes.
Music is one of the few things my brain can focus on, so my job works for me.
Mhm.
Yeah. And you know, something works different for everyone, and that's the cool thing. You got to find what works for you. But um, I think having a nighttime, like Indigo Twins, speaking back to that, a nighttime ritual is so important. Just I know I struggled with this, and a while back, a previous therapist many years ago told me, and I told her like what I did at night. She's like, "Well, don't like I in my mind, I'm thinking I need to straighten up things and get things ready for the night, you know, before the next morning." She's like, "Do that much earlier in the evening if you can, because when you're
Mhm.
activated, you're doing laundry or you're putting in the dishes or whatever, you're still
Yes,
doing. So you need at least an hour of just nothing." Um,
that's true.
Blake, Blake, yes, please, for the love of God, someone tell us how to turn your mind off. Blake, yeah,
I mean, it's
that's
the
true.
truth. It's the truth. It's like it's hang on. Wait, Kestrel. What did Kestrel say here? I make up stories in my head until I fall asleep. Start doing that at 4 or 5. Wow.
Mm,
See, everybody look, I'm not the only one with this issue. Wow.
yeah, yeah.
Not as alone as I feel. Alright.
No,
That
oh my gosh, so many of us have that issue, right?
no.
And so, yeah.
Look,
Mhm.
just I mean, it's just down the line. And I know
Yes.
that Tommy talks about when he's journaling. I know this, that Tommy talks about that um, those what does he call them? The negative thoughts, then they
The
they
ants,
can get
automatic
in
negative
if
thoughts. Yeah.
yeah, yes, that's it, yeah. But if you journal, well, somebody with ADHD, that especially me now, non-medicated, it's yes, ants. Thank you, y'all. Um, journaling is not it's not an option for me because it's always making me feel like a failure, and that is always. It doesn't matter if I'm medicated or not. So I do verbal, like when I'm medicated,
Yeah.
I have a journal on my phone. I can talk to it and it'll pick it up and I know what I'm trying to say. But as to sit down and write, especially being unmedicated right now, uh, your brain is going too quick. Your hands can't get it written down. And then with epilepsy, then it's gone. Once that thought is processed, it's gone. So it's a it's a lot.
Do you okay, can I ask then, what is your expectation of yourself when you're journaling? Because I think that's a big piece of it, isn't it? Like, what
Um,
do you have a mindset of, like, what you think journaling should be?
I had my sister is she lives in Portland. She is a psychologist, and I didn't know until like this year that she had journaling books on Amazon. I was like, "What?" So I went in there and go buy 'em. I was like, "Hello, sis." So, um, yeah, I would. I mean, so my therapist told me to start journaling, because I had this thick stack of papers that she gave me when of core negative beliefs. We all start there, and I had a hard time doing that, very hard time. But I'm going to put in 100% because I want 100% back.
Mhm.
So when we would get to a negative core belief, and it was actually be a negative core belief, not something that I mean, because I didn't really know what they were, and I would journal like what I did in therapy that day. I was only doing it those days, and then she told me only journal when there is an important something that I want to make sure I tell her, but I don't want to lose it. To make sure I just preserve it.
Okay.
So there was really no end goal there. It was just to keep it fresh. So it's on my phone or it's on my paper,
Okay.
and I could read it back to her during my next session without having to try to remember, which she knows I wouldn't remember
Mhm.
anyway. So she does meet me where I'm at with the epilepsy. So I'm glad.
Right.
Now it's just if something upsets me enough to talk about it, it should upset me enough to be able to journal about it.
Mhm.
And yes, she is, Kestrel. I saw that she was going in at 5. And I missed all of the Zoom call, so I don't know what she's talking about on there.
Um, yeah, I hear you about the
Oh wait,
journaling
the
and
sunrise dawn.
mhm, stop being triggered by certain things I can't always avoid. Yeah, couple things about that. Well, first, journaling. I think sometimes we think we have to be if you're thinking about like some people struggle with feeling like they have to have it a certain way, and if you just want to even jot down words, feelings,
Mhm.
um, phrases. I mean, it's the point is that it's your journal, and it's if you want to draw a picture, if you want to um, do whatever with it, it's you know what I'm saying. So it's that it can be maybe Tommy or other people or other therapists and stuff would disagree, but I feel like journaling is at its best is a way to kind of just get out things in whatever medium or means that would be, if that
My
makes
car
sense.
talk is see, that's why she said, "Okay, let's do car
Yeah.
talk. Let's just." She said, and it wasn't supposed to. It wasn't really. I wasn't going to put it on YouTube, but then it. I tried it one time, and then everybody was like, they like to record. It's nice to have
Yeah.
somebody to talk back to. I mean, feedback. So pretty much, probably that's where she met me where I'm at with the
Yeah.
car talk,
Yeah,
the
that's really
videos.
great because you're verbally you can
Right.
just start and go, but writing is a harder thing to do.
Yes.
So let's go back to Miss Sunrise Dawn's comment here. I would love to know how
Okay.
to stop being triggered by certain things that I can't always avoid. Um, that's a hard one.
Hmm.
Um, and um, one is sometimes we have to rewrite the narrative about or come up with strategies to, and of course this is general because I don't know exactly, everyone has their own different triggers for different situations, but um, to tell ourselves a different message about what that trigger is. So I'll give you an example. Um, let's say I'm afraid of, I don't know, just random thought, or afraid of like spiders or something. Like I have a phobia, and you can't avoid spiders are around, and I see one. And it's far away, so I can remind myself I have an option to walk away. I can walk around it. It's not going to hurt me. Just kind of almost like safety comments, comments that you have choices,
Yeah.
um, comments that are more empowering in that
I
regard.
think that's the thing. I think you just hit it right on the head about the choices. That
Mhm.
I believe that's probably a big one, Miss Sunrise on there is you've got to make yourself know you have choices. I'm
Exactly.
not saying you're not going to be triggered about it, but
Yeah.
you can make yourself safety choices of I'm not going to allow this to affect me this way because of it's that far away. I mean,
Mhm.
so I can go around. I hope that made any sense.
And the problem with triggers is, um, I'm not speaking necessarily for in this sense of in recovery. Recovery from substance issues are a whole different
Oh yeah,
thing. But other types of triggers, it's avoidance is they always say in early recovery, I think avoidance is okay. You want to avoid people, place, and things. But anyway, for other types of triggers, avoidance is kind of a real hard. The more you avoid a trigger, the more it's
yeah,
going to become powerful for a person.
yes.
So that's the
Take
hard
your
part is
power back. Take your power back.
yes, confronting it, being able to expose yourself to it slowly if you have power over how much you can expose yourself to a certain trigger. If you can't, um, learning some calming and self-soothing strategies, that's always good.
Look, I'm gonna not make this really long, just real quick. I was
Uh-huh.
put in the most triggering space ever, like in my mind. Okay, in my mind, the person that just did some things when I was a child that shouldn't have been done to me. Um, I was made, and for many years, I was made to be in a room with a few months ago,
Oh
and
my
I
gosh.
didn't. I said I'm not going to do this, and then the guilt trips came, and unfortunately, it's like you can't do this. You've got to. It's all family, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. And they were like, well, yeah, you don't need to think about yourself. You need to think about, your. I'm just not going to even. say the family members, but
Mhm.
I was made to be in a very small enclosed room. And do you know what? That's not the monster I remember.
Mm.
It became so empowering for me because that was just a frail old man that could never damage me and hurt me again.
Mhm.
That gave me power. I took my power back.
Good for you.
And oh, it was uncomfortable. There was no comfort about it. And I left soon as I could. I
Yeah.
didn't stay. But the fact that I actually was, I mean, I was shaking. The adrenaline, the anxiety, and I've already
Yep.
got anxiety. But and CPTSD and everything else because of this. And you know that I faced that head on and I made it. I survived. It didn't kill me. I'm here. Hey, Shelly.
Hey, Shelly.
So,
Eh, hi, Sophia. So, yeah, and if the other thing about that is it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Like, if you need to be in that room with that person and you get totally overwhelmed, and that's okay because that
mhm,
happens, you step out and say, I can't do that. I need to take a break, and
yeah. What was even worse is we were in a closed section for about 20 minutes that we couldn't exit because they were
oh,
changing
okay.
out wedding tables and stuff. And I mean, it was like an outside enclosed section that you couldn't go back in. There was no out. So I was literally in there with this person for over 20 minutes, at least 20, 25 minutes.
Mm,
And I'm like, I just,
okay.
in my head, I'm not, he's not here. I'm not there. He's not here. I'm not there. And I just stayed over here and talked to my other family. And then as soon as the doors opened, I was out, but I made it.
Were your other family members, are they aware of
Oh, yeah, they're
of
aware. Yeah,
of what
I was put in a
happened?
very bad position. Yeah, guilt, useless
Mm,
emotion. Mhm. But I survived it. I made it. I that it was part of my PTSD and my EMDR, and I made that. I mean, I made it.
mm,
And now, but the good thing about that was, and there's no good thing really that comes from any of that, but the good thing that I can pull out of that is he's not the monster that hurt me. He is a freaking old, frail person that would never have a chance at my age now. You know what I mean? Like,
mhm.
he's not gonna hurt this person.
Yeah, yeah. Taking your power back
That's I
is
just took
huge.
my power back that day.
Yep.
Mhm. A lot of
Yeah.
years, a lot of years, 40 years.
So our intention today was just to just kind of have a debrief and
Mhm.
hang out for a little bit and talk and chat and kind of check in. So, and I see there's a lot of support going around in the chat for everybody. So I
Yes,
love that.
and y'all know how much I love you, but, I wanna go back up here to Miss Sunrise Dawn.
Hmm.
Where is it at? Um, let's see. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm sorry, we're having a issue with the lights blinking.
Hmm.
Let's see. Here we go. It's a lot to type, but I'll try. So, as a kid, I was bullied and often left out of group activities. Kids would make plans within my earshot and deliberately leave me out. And then I have part two. Hang on, let me go down here. Okay. Um, I know it sounds relatively minor now, but at the time it was extremely hurtful. Now, sometimes when I hear people making plans and doing things I would like to do but can't, I feel like I'm back to being that bullied child. Like I may be away from SBTV as much when the cruise is happening. LOL. Well, I'm not going on a cruise, so I'll be there too. I'll be with you. So I'll let you have this one, Gretchen.
No, I mean, first of all, yeah, that is nothing small at all, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Um,
Hey, John.
those earlier experiences, definitely. I mean, they're they form in part. They don't form who we are, but they form part of our experiences and and some of the emotional pain that is caused by it. So no, I hear you. It's so hard, and some of that stuff about being, like you said, left out. Um, as you said
Hey,
it
Kathy. Yes.
perfectly, it
Yes,
carries
I'm
with
not
us.
going.
Yeah.
There's a
And
lot
it's
of people.
not even just about the cruise, it's just about, I think, what you're saying, Miss Enrita, just in general, like when there's certain activities and maybe you're not even left, maybe it's a whole different situation obviously than happened to you as a kid, but the mindset is there, like you're kind of looking out for being left out, and it's understandable, and again,
Laura,
it
you're
comes back
exactly right.
to
I'm
yeah,
diagnosed with it. I mean, I'm diagnosed with this, so
yeah.
I mean, it's real. I have
Um,
all of I am diagnosed with that, so
yeah.
that's what I've been trying to work through.
So I'm sorry that happened to you. There's unfortunately, there's a lot of situations, like that. If we get through our childhood, and survive that, that's a big thing. It's a big thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Lori, I was actually doing EMDR, and it was actually working pretty well. It's a long process, though. I mean, it's a long you have to
mhm,
put into it what you want out of it, and I put everything into it. And while I was going through it, my family was questioning whether I should even be seeing my therapist or not because they did not like that person that they were seeing. But you have to break before you can shine. And I was already broken. I was just pretending. Now, as we started going and getting results from this, my family was seeing more and more positivity. And they
mhm,
saw me being in a more positive light and things that used to bother me don't anymore. And then my insurance canceled for no reason at all. For my whole life, I've had insurance in June, and that interrupted the EMDR, and I have to start over. So
mhm,
I have chosen not to start that yet. It's I need a break. That was pretty
mhm.
intense there for a while. So
Can imagine. It's yeah, insurance. It's hard to navigate through insurance sometimes when they change their policies or things aren't covered. I've been through
it
that
just quit.
myself.
They just
Yeah,
dropped it for no
yeah,
reason. They couldn't even give me a reason. Pick right back up in July. They had no reason at all. It was an accident. Well, you're messed up a lot of things. My
yeah,
meds, my physical therapy, my mental health therapy. I mean,
yep,
but here we go again. I look at it like this: something was meant. It was meant to happen for some reason, so I just have to take it and go with it. That's life.
yep. Um,
Don't feel petty, Miss Sunrise Dawn. I'm glad you want to talk about it. But how do you get over it if you can't get it out? I mean, it just
that's right.
builds.
That's right. And that's in large part, I think a lot of some of the stories that we talked to folks this week about, it's like just speaking out loud, the story that they have, the experience that they've had, the part of their life, there's something to that. There's something very therapeutic. There's very something very just cathartic, releasing that, you know? I hope after sharing that it makes you feel a little bit better, or at least knowing that you have a lot of support here, Miss Sunrise Dawn.
Always. And don't yeah, this is a safe place. I had no idea how many people in here were going through the same thing I was until just now. I mean, so this stream, I really didn't.
Yeah, you don't know until people open up and then yeah, me too, And not that we'd want anyone to go through these experiences, but you know, um, the thought is that no one's alone here. There's people with shared experiences, and um,
Yes, I love this community. I I know this community is large, and we cover more than just SPTV, but I'm just saying, even just
mhm.
in
Oh yeah,
SPTV, you've got all the fighting, the infighting, but we're not. We all know that it. I remember when this started from a place of love, and I've never tried to sway from that. I
hmm
I'm here. Thank you, Kathy Ann. You said it.
hmm
She always knows exactly what to say.
hmm
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
yourself. Yep,
exactly,
100%.
and and it's love. And when I was on the phone with Dylan, he like he said, he remembers the love, I mean, and that was his and he I can't wait for him to come on because,
Yeah.
he's just I had such an amazing conversation with him.
Can
He
you,
feels the love.
Keila, because you shared with me earlier your shirt, what it either say
Oh,
what
my
it
shirt.
says or
Yeah.
show
Excuse
it
my
or
yeah. So we are all broken. That's how the light gets in.
I love that.
In my semicolon project, my paramedic, and then heartbeat. Yeah, there we go.
That's a great
Yeah,
shirt.
I got a bag that matches it. I love it. And then I mean, we all are. We all, we weren't trying. This wouldn't be life, I guess. I mean, that's the way I see it. We just trying to survive this thing called life. And sometimes you
Yeah.
get lucky and find a community like this. And I really thank y'all for that.
There's something I saw a while back, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but it's the key to life is not to wait for the storm to pass, but to learn to dance in the rain. Totally
I
fits,
like
right?
that.
Yeah. It's like there's lots of storms, if you're waiting for the clear skies, they may never come, and that's okay. Like so people say it's one thing after another. That's life, ups and downs, but um
But that's life.
learning just to
Hmm.
get those moments, those um
That's right.
everything is fleeting too. So it's like you get those moments and you enjoy the moments, and then even with the bad moments, you say, "Hey, this this is
That
bad, but I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna find a way."
Yes, because you're never going to get those moments back. That's why I told you the time doesn't stop. When I was texting you, time doesn't stop. You know, it doesn't.
And
And
the thing that I'm learning right now is that I needed my son to go through some of that too. I can't protect him from life, really. You can help guide him, but you can't give him tools, but that's the hard part as a parent.
I know I just told our 19-year-old this is her last semester before she actually is in the nursing program. And
Wow.
yeah, she's 19. And I told her, I said, uh, we gave you roots. Here's your wings. And I
Yep.
cried the first day she drove off to college.
Ah,
Mm.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it'll be a hot mess when that happens.
yes, but I'm so proud of her. She took almost all of her courses in high school that she needed. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
oh, and Gertie voice. Yes. I had got. You know what? You reminded me of something. I've had it trying to straighten it out. I had this trying to straighten it out, and because they mailed it all crooked and smushed. But I had bought this for Reese a
Hmm.
while back, a long time ago, and I still haven't straightened it out. So I may just have to get another one. But I really like this. Is why I'm bringing it out. I'm probably gonna mess it up worse than anything. Let's see. I don't know if you can. It's so. I don't know if it's even readable, but it. Wait, it might be. Nope. Okay, so it says they whispered to her, "You cannot withstand the storm," and she whispered back, "I am the storm."
Mm, I like it.
Yeah, and it just. You're right. I know. I know. I know. I'm gonna channel
We're
over full
we're gonna wrap up here soon, I think,
full
because
room Ray Reese in just a little bit.
yeah, I think we should. But yeah, we just wanted to check in and kind of decompress and
Yeah.
after the week kind of and see if anyone, by the way, if anyone wants to email us topics they want to see or hear about, possible, content creators or people that they'd like to see interviewed or different things that they want to, we're open to different ideas and integrating that. I love dancing good stories with you. There you go. Um,
Hmm.
so please, or you can put in the chat or anytime. Um, we'd love to hear your feedback.
Yes, please, because um, we're trying to make sure that we get what everybody wants. Like I said, y'all paint the canvas with us with the topics. It's what
Hmm.
you want. You know, I had so
Yep.
many requests about the childhood trauma, and then I mean, I had no idea it was going to go the way it did. But we've helped a lot of people, and I'm proud of
Yeah.
that. Well, they've helped themselves. Like I've said it, I don't know how many times this week. You've had the power all along inside of you,
Yep. Exactly.
and
It just finding it, uncovering it, and bringing it to light.
yeah. So, and that makes me everything I'm doing worth it, right there. I mean, I love this. I absolutely have found something that makes me smile again.
Yeah.
And
And it's
I
fun.
really love
I enjoy just thinking about ideas and coming up with different
it. Mhm.
thoughts for our stream together, and
I know.
it's nice.
And
I
you've
don't think
got
I
so
could have done
many.
it and I couldn't done this, like, I'm glad that you brought me in on it, because, I mean, I think I wouldn't have done a stream by myself, no way. I mean, I don't think I
Me either.
would've.
Not like this, me either. I just do my little car talks. It's not anything to do with. I mean, that's just where we chat. Everybody goes and has a
Yeah.
good time. Or my bedroom talks, you know?
So,
Um,
um,
I'm gonna
yeah.
ask Kathy Ann how to do this. Kathy, how can we room raid somebody? Hey, Brian.
You mean redirect them? I think they have to
Mhm.
go over themselves, don't they?
No, we can
Brian?
redirect. I think we hey, Brian. Oh, thank you, Indigo Twin. Thank you, Shelly.
Thanks, Shelly. Thank
Kathy,
you.
let me see if I could figure this out. No, I know we can do it. Everybody does it. I thought we might this will be the first time if I ever do it, but I'm not sure. Let me figure it out. Hang on. Let's see. I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah,
I might not can do it.
you
You
can
I know you
figure
can do it. I know you can, Sophia, help. I don't know how to do it.
it out.
Uh,
Well, if I guess we
Kath
can,
okay, just but yeah, y'all can just post a link in the comments and we can just end it and
yeah,
jump over. Oh, Kathy's gonna okay, good. Thank you, Kathy, because I don't oh, it has to be yeah, I have ours open so people can room rate us.
mm.
So I don't know how to room rate them though. Guess we'll figure that one out too, huh?
Well, if you do, yeah, just say room raid from MHM, and then
Yeah.
they'll know.
I was looking on it. Nope, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I'll
There you
jump
go.
over there with her, so everybody's gonna jump over. But yeah, if y'all and I put a post on the community page for anybody that is I know Kathy Ann. Yeah, tell me about it,
Mhm.
y'all. Kathy Ann,
Well, thank you so
miracle
much, you
worker.
guys, for joining with us and sticking with us here for about
Hey, Liz
little
Gail,
little
you're
under
not
40
late,
minutes here.
sweetheart.
That's okay.
We're
We're just
we're
kind of
not
chatting,
we're
Liz.
yeah, we're just chatting. It's just been laid back. Dylan had to reschedule, so we just kind of were chilling.
Yep.
Hey, Liz Gail, you know do you know how to redirect to a different channel to room raid? We wanted to room raid Reese. But Kathy Ann, she'll have it fixed for next time. So,
Yeah.
uh,
All
but
right.
thank you, Liz, for coming and supporting. I love you.
Yeah. Thank
I
you
love
so
all of
much.
you too, y'all. Thank you so much, Lori. All of you, Shelly. Just, I mean, everybody. Sophia.
Really appreciate
Um,
all of you.
yeah, Brian, and just everybody. Just thank you. Y'all really great. And if it wasn't for y'all, hmm. Blake, yes, Blakey, Blake. All right. Well, we will see y'all over there. We're gonna go. Y'all tell them we're room raiding her.
And we'll be
I don't
back
either,
on.
Liz.
We'll be back on. I don't know. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, it'll be
But
soon. Oh wait,
we're
I
gonna.
have to show something. Liz
Yep.
Gale, look over my shoulder. I have been waiting on you to get on here. Look over my shoulder. Do you see it? I've been waiting on her to come here so I can show her.
Yep.
I have her
There's a
book.
certain book there.
It's her book. Of all the ones on the bottom shelf, that's the one on my
Hmm.
top shelf. But anyway,
Nice.
Anna Banana, thank you for coming. All
All
of you,
right.
Blake,
Thank you all.
everybody,
Really
Brian. Yes,
appreciate it.
we're gonna go over to to Reese's. All
Have
right,
a
bye, y'all.
wonderful rest of your day.
Yes, I will do this right. Hopefully.